Or else nobody's gonna feel it. Love it. Listen, it's 50 degrees in February. For about a week in NYC is very scary. But I gotta press on. Cruising down to FDR to get my mess on. I've been a stressed one, but who ain't? The news ain't good, feel like it's doomsday. Is it too late? Sometimes I wonder what the moon say. While he looks upon me, knowing as I gaze upon him. The truth is, I feel like everybody's made up of sin. Difference is, the good people know to keep it within. Okay, so when I let a little leak out, trying not to freak out, I don't give a fuck what anybody try and speak out, cause I never bow down. I just...
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Crosstown Conflict. Another week. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. It's your boys, Justin Macias, Jared Farah. How's it going, Jared? How you doing this week?
Going fantastic day. I had a nice, pleasant week. But before we start that, great day with my family. We all want to say Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to my mother Esmeralda, my grandmother Maria, and my aunt Yvonne. Love you guys. I know you're not watching unless I send it to you, but Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother. I call her Nana. You know, that's the OG. And then Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Paula. This is her jersey. She loved Posada. If you can't see it, Posada on the back, baby. That was her guy. You know, she loved Posada. Outside of my dad, she made me also love the Yankees. Grew up in Long Island. I don't know how she wasn't a Met fan too. That's the one thing. My parents grew up in Astoria in Long Island, and I'm a Yankee fan, man.
Wow.
You know, it's crazy, but I love them both for being Yankee fans, and I gotta support them. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. You're the best. And let's get into this week, man. You know, let's get into it.
The Yankees had a big week. Why don't you start off?
Oh yeah, we did have a big week. You know, we played the Astros. We booed the shit out of Altuve. Ready? Fuck Altuve! Fuck Altuve! And you heard that all week. You know, he hit the home run on his birthday. Enjoy it. Because that might be the only home run you hit this year, you fucking cheater.
Yeah. Can't hit what you don't know what's coming, you piece of shit. But you know what? You did it. You are a good player, but you're not that good without the fucking camera.
Yeah.
But one thing about those Yankee games against the Astros, they were electric. They sounded like a regular playoff game.
No, yeah.
And that was huge. And what was it, less than 10,000 people in the stadium? Can you imagine if it was full capacity?
If it was
the place would have been loud.
Bro, if it was full capacity, Altuve would be shaking his boots. He'd be sweating to his eardrums. Like, it would just be different. But the fact that even still 10,000 in the stands, and it felt like a playoff game. Even sitting here watching the games, every game felt like a playoff game. And I feel like that's what the Yankees needed. You know, that's what Yankees players need to feel like.
Yeah. We
have that home field advantage. We have that it's playoff mentality. It's time to go. It is time to click up. And that's what they did. They proved they showed up in big spots. They came, you know, the bats weren't as explosive as you'd want them to be, but they came up in big spots and they produced in the times that you needed them to produce.
That's great. I'm really glad this is gonna be a really fun podcast because we're both coming off really good weeks.
Exactly.
But before we go back into the weeks, I just want to say what bullshit it was for the Astros to complain to baseball about how they were getting treated by the crowd.
Oh my God. I've never seen some of the most sorry people ever. You guys want to complain about being harassed for something you did. It's like being like, oh, I stole the cookie out of the cookie jar. And then it's like, well, Mom yelled at me for stealing the cookie out of the cookie jar. Well, no shit. No shit that happened. It's like, come on, guys. Like, you knew what was going to happen when you walked into the stadium. I could have told you that 2 years beforehand of what was going to happen when you walked into the stadium. I could have told you the fuck Altuve chants are coming. The fuck Correa chants are coming. The fuck Bregman chant. Like, I could have told you all that was going to happen 2 months, even 2 years before you walked into that stadium. So if you want to complain about that, you're just some sorry players, and you're some people that can't take the heat and that don't know how to produce.
You know what? I've got one word for the Astros. Not even cheaters. You know what it is? Soft. The Astros looked soft. I mean, imagine if they got swept that week.
Oh my God!
They're probably licking their chops that they took one game away from the Yankees.
You're lucky Chad Green had an off day because Garrett Cole was giving it to you guys. And honestly, I'll give Yordan Alvarez his credit. Good for you, Yordan Alvarez. You hit 2 home runs. You're not a cheater. You weren't there during those years.
Yeah.
You're a great prospect. I give it to you. I can't say nothing about it. Altuve, you hit a ball out of the zone and you got lucky.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Astros fans, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You guys suck. You're a sorry-ass fan base. And you almost got swept.
Yeah.
So be lucky you guys won once.
I think they're going to be, like, I think they're a fucking good baseball team, but I think they're going to finish a couple games over 500. But you know what, like, one more thing, like, you know what really pisses me off? Carlos Correa's fucking face.
Oh, I can't stand.
You
know, I was listening to the fan. Mark Moose was talking about this. I can't. Even if they signed him, I can't physically cheer for Carlos Correa.
I think the fan base would revolt.
Yeah, like if they signed him, I just couldn't do it. I would want to physically run on the field and just punch him in the face, just because he's got that smug face. He kind of leans into that that protagonist in him, and it's just like, dude, give it up. You cheated. Yeah. Everybody else admitted to it.
Yeah.
Bregman admitted to it. Altuve admitted to it. Gurriel admitted to it.
Did they though?
Yeah, I mean, they had that fake press conference where they were like, we did it, whatever.
Every guy who left the team admitted to like every guy who left. Marisnik, because Marisnik was on the Mets last year.
JD Martinez, he said he did it.
Yeah, they all admitted like that they're sorry. JD Davis is like, I was a rookie.
Yeah, JD Davis,
I
sorry.
was out of place. He was like the last guy on the roster.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't want to say anything. I was just trying to stay in the bigs. We knew you cheated. You stink. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, tip your cap to Mike Fiers for actually saying something. And I hope the next time you pitch against the Astros, you go 7 innings shutout. Because you're the real one at the end of the day. Yeah. You blew the whistle. It is what it is. You know what? Nobody will ever look at that World Series as a real one.
No.
So, even if there's asterisks, no asterisks, it is what it is.
Everyone knows. Down the line, they're going to know.
Exactly.
All right. Well, enough of that. Let's get into the New York Mets. The New York Mets are winners of 5 straight. They didn't win 4 straight last year. This is a different team. We took 2 out of 4 from the first place Cardinals, and we swept a 500 team. That's what you're supposed to do to decent teams when you think you're a good team. Yeah. I think the Mets are a good team. This week, I think they're a good team.
It might be different next week.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next week, but this week, we're a good fucking team. And that's what you're supposed to do. You dominate. No. But one thing I'm super impressed with is this bullpen. I'm going to have a segment about them a little later in the episode, but they're fucking resilient. We're a different bullpen. The bats haven't come around. The Mets pitching has been phenomenal, but at least I'm in comfort knowing we have at least 3-4 guys this year instead of just fucking wasting Seth Lugo's arm last year, sending him to the injured list, who's going to be back next month, and that's going to add some serious fucking depth.
That is. Nah, adding Seth Lugo to that bullpen is going to, because it's like they said, it's like with Luis Rojas, if you're not going to Seth Lugo, you're making a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Pretty much at the end of the day. But this bullpen with Miguel Castro out of that bullpen has been one of the most talked about people out of that bullpen, and he's came in and been lights out for you guys. Him, Trevor May, Familia. He's had his hiccups, but he's been there.
Bro,
you know?
he's
been
doing
there
it.
for you
He's
guys.
pitching under a 1 right now, and it's crazy. But like, I got a full segment. But like, what's the biggest story for the Yankees this week?
The biggest story for the Yankees. Everybody knows this. Everybody's been talking about it. It's Giancarlo Stanton. Another big hit today. He was on a 12-game hitting streak. I think he had 4 or 5 games with 3 hits. This guy was just... It's like what David Cohn said. When he gets hot, he doesn't get hot. He gets unconscionable.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is just like, every at-bat is just... he's getting on base, and you can't stop it. Like, no matter how good your pitching is, you're not going to stop this guy. Because he is just out of this world. He's hitting 102 at you. And people want to be like, oh my God, exit velo, why do we care? You know why you care? Because if it's hit 120 at you when you're a shortstop, I'm telling you right now, you're not making that play. No matter, unless you're a phenomenal shortstop, and then you kind of give it to him. You kind of be like, all right, he made a great play. Because if it's hit 120, like, at you, like, you're not making that play.
But do you think if, like, you didn't have Judge, Stanton, and I didn't have Pete Alonso, do you think we would give a shit about exit velocity? If we didn't have those guys?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, like Michael K said, exit velocity equals base hits.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like, the harder you hit it, the more you barrel it up, and the more you barrel, like, that's what you want to do in baseball. You want to hit it on the barrel of a bat. That's what you're taught in Little League to the majors, you know? You want to hit it on the sweet spot of the bat. You want to make good contact, and that's what equals that. It's exit velocity. So even if you're not even hitting it 100 miles an hour off the bat, even if you're hitting it 98, 99, it's still going to equal the same amount. It's just, you know, it's all about placement. But with baseball, you can't place a ball. No. You're just the best thing you could do is try to barrel it on the bat and try to put it in the gap.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Because I'm just thinking of, like, I hate, like, I feel like there's a lot of just made up stats these days.
No, there are.
But that checks out. You got me there.
Yeah,
like velo guy now.
Like when WRC plus. What the fuck does that mean to me?
No clue.
Like am I gonna look at WRC plus and be like, oh, he has the best WRC plus in the league? Like, he should be MVP. No. I'm gonna look at the basics. I'm gonna look at RBIs, average, home runs, OPS, and slugging.
Yep. Yeah.
And OBP. OBP, I feel like is another underrated stat.
Yeah. No, that's huge stat. You can't score runs if you're not on base.
Exactly. You know, it's one of the biggest things that Aaron Boone talks about is traffic. You don't get runs in if you don't have traffic on the base. You know, base hits don't matter if you don't have traffic on the base. If a guy's not on second, if he's on first, you get a base hit, guess what? It's not going to do anything. Guy's going to end up at third. Yeah. You need to get guys on base. You need to get big hits. And I feel like that's where this Yankee team is kind of understanding that, where it's like, yeah, we could hit home runs, we could do this. No. But what's going to matter at the end of the day is when we have these tight games, we lock down, we get big hits, we get the guys that we need to in, and let's win the fucking game.
Yeah, because the biggest problem for the Yankees, like they'll slock the fucking shit out of your 3, 4, 5 guys, but you can't guarantee that's gonna happen in the playoffs when you go up against everyone's 1 or 2 every other day. Exactly. You know, so I think small ball is what's gonna win you baseball games in the playoffs.
But that also brings me to my next point.
Go.
The Yankees are 2-0 when they've stricken out 4 times. When a starting pitcher has struck them both out 14 times. And I feel like having them do that against Scherzer. Scherzer was on this weekend.
They stole that game from the Nationals.
I cannot explain I cannot emphasize how on Scherzer was. Dude struck us out 14 times. We looked out of the ball game. The moment they brought in that bullpen, it was like the light came on again. It was like, all right, you know what? We're not going to hit home runs. We're going to get situational hitting. We're going to get clutch hits by Torres. You know, we're going to take our pitches. We're going to walk. We're going to get guys with traffic. Another clutch, you know. Torres didn't hit the shit out of the ball, but he didn't need to. All you got to do is make contact. And honestly, with the Yankees offense, that's all you really need to do. Is just make contact, put the ball in play, run out every ball, and something's going to happen. You know, you're going to win majority of the time.
Yeah, absolutely understand that. One thing that I want to bring up is the Mets won one of their games. I think they scored 3 runs in 1 inning without getting a single hit.
Yeah.
So, like...
The Cardinals gave you that win.
Yeah.
The Cardinals gave you that win.
Like, you need guys on base. Like, that's like every week I talk about how I hate Moneyball, on-base percentage is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But that just shows you that you don't need to score. Like, I think we scored on 3 walks and a couple of errors.
Yeah.
And that's what put us over, and we won the fucking game. But going back on that, like, I think there was a bunch of big stories for the Mets this week, but there was one today that makes everything not really matter. Was Jacob deGrom exiting the game in the 5th inning?
Yeah.
Dude, it's probably my fault. I was watching the game in one place. He had 4 perfect innings at one point. Every single one on the Mets looked like they had a Gold Glove for 4 innings.
Yeah.
I walk out, and I get to the next television. Bases are loaded, and Jacob deGrom has the worst inning of his entire season, but he still only gave up 1 run. And after his worst game of the season, I'm so pissed off. His ERA rose all the way to .68.
Jesus. Oh, my God. That was it?
Yeah, that was it. He only went 5. He gave up 1 hit, but he left because he was injured last week. They skipped a start. He came back in. He was feeling good. He was fucking looking good. But he left at the he took his bat in the 5th inning, got bunted for a fucking hit. No, that was earlier. That was earlier in the game. He bunted, brought a man over to 3rd, got a hit out of it. Mets scored off of that 2-0. You knew the game was over.
And
go for it.
That's where I have my issue is like, don't you guys have an off day tomorrow?
Yes.
Why was deGrom in this game? Like, this is my issue with the Mets is like, why was he rushed back so quickly? Like, I felt like him coming back today, there was no need. You guys had already won the series against Arizona. There was no need for you to pitch him today.
But the thing was, like, this isn't the old Mets. This is new doctors, and this is your guy. But it's not like he got shelled in the 1st inning.
No, he didn't.
He threw 4 perfect innings.
No, he did. And like, I'm not blaming deGrom. I'm not saying like I'm not. It's not like he had a bad start and it was like you should have seen this coming because he was injured. But it was just like, obviously Jacob deGrom, hurt or not, is gonna go out there and give you this kind of start. 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run. You can expect that from the minimal amount of deGrom starts.
Yeah.
But why put him out there on a getaway day when it's Mother's Day? You guys have the series lead in the bag. You don't have to do anything else. And then you try to pitch him and now he's injured and it's like, you don't know when he's going to come back.
You don't know.
So now you're kind of on a wing and a prayer. You're going to hope that Stroman steps up, which he hasn't been lately.
No.
Stroman has kind of been shitting the bed lately.
Yeah.
Peterson hasn't looked as on.
No,
Taijuan Walker might be your only good starter right now.
Yes,
but Taijuan Walker also has history of giving up 4 runs through an inning.
Yeah,
and it's just like, so why rush him back? Like, why did you try to get this start today when you didn't need him to go out there to get the win?
No, I don't know. I didn't want him out there, but it was for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
We have the day off on Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, the Orioles are coming to town.
Bro, that's exactly what, like, you couldn't start him on Tuesday, an Orioles start, which would have meant nothing, but he would have been a lot less taxed. He wouldn't have felt a lot of the pressure. Yeah. You go in nice, easy, start the series. You're not trying to win, a rubber match, or you're not trying to complete a sweep. It's not towards the end of the series. You go in a fresh series versus not even the ace. It's not even, I don't even think you're facing John Means. I think you guys are facing probably somebody out of their bullpen.
No. You know who we're facing?
Who?
Matt Harvey. That was the selfish reason. I wanted to see Matt Harvey versus Jacob deGrom under the lights at Citi Field. How juicy of a matchup would that have been?
God, I did not even know that.
Yeah, man.
Matt Harvey, Jacob deGrom, and you put him today?
Yeah.
Mets, what are you doing? Steve Cohen,
No.
Get off Twitter, bro.
No, I appreciate that. Because you know why? That would have been an old Mets move. That would have been a sell tickets game.
Yeah. I can't disagree with you.
You're right. That would have been an old Mets move.
You're right. To sell more tickets, and honestly, thinking back more on it, yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't disagree with you, but also at the same time, it's like there was no need to rush him back today.
No.
You could have given him even to that Wednesday after the Harvey start. You put DeGrom. He's probably facing John Means, who just came off of a no-hitter.
That would have been another great matchup.
It would have been another great matchup, but you know what? At the end of the day, what pressure do you put on DeGrom?
No, you're making good points. We had the cushion of winning 4 straight, but we'll see. All right, off of Jacob DeGrom. Yeah. We hope you're better. All of baseball hopes you're better, buddy.
I as a Yankee fan, I hope you're better, man. Like you are one of the best pitchers in the league, so I hope you get better, bro.
All right. Outside of Stan, like who else are you really happy with on the Yankees?
Corey Kluber.
The Klubot.
The Klubot. Honestly, I'll even put Tyone in the middle of those. These two were such question marks at the beginning of the year, and Corey Kluber looks like he's getting back into form, like Cy Young form. Like he went toe to toe with Scherzer and didn't miss a beat. Like he went 8 innings. I think he struck out. How many struck out? 10, I think, in that game against Detroit.
Yeah. And
then follows that up going toe to toe with Scherzer and didn't miss a beat. Went 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and it was a bullshit run. It wasn't like, Scherzer gave up the home run. He gave up a dribbler single to the middle of the field that like the runners happened to get on because of some errors, and it was, Kluber looked solid, and also Tyone gave up the 2 early home runs and then sat down 14 straight.
Yeah,
that's fucking big, man. Like for our starting rotation, our bullpen that has been taxed so much over this past like month and a half. Getting those 2 starts out of those 2 is huge.
And like that's exactly what you guys are hoping for in the offseason.
Exactly.
It didn't look like that in April, but they were getting their beaks wet. It's May.
And like honestly, one of the biggest things that settled me down from the whole, because I was one of the first people to be like, I'm so big on Kluber, but I was the first person to be like, I'm jumping right off this ship.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw a bad start, I was like, I'm the first person to jump, bro. Yeah. But as the more I looked into it, to find that Kluber has bad Aprils and progressively gets better, it was like, okay, so this isn't anything out of the normal. Like this guy doing this is not unseeable for him to do. But in the months of May, June, July, and August, this guy is gonna be on. And the fact that he's started this May the way he has, it just kind of it shows that when you're giving Garrett Cole the ball in game 1, and then you're giving Corey Kluber the ball in game 2, it's like, jeez, you're kind of already down right there.
Yeah, like you signed that guy on hope, and he's coming through. Like I was a doubter of it. It's still early in the season. What has he made? 5 starts.
Yeah,
but it's looking good right now, and it's positive.
Yeah.
Corey Kluber, I liked him. He was on the Indians?
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? Okay, that's why. I think when I was talking shit about him in earlier episodes, I got him confused with Dallas Keuchel.
Oh my God! No, he's not Dallas Keuchel. Please stop. He is far from Dallas Keuchel. This guy, he's a strikeout pitcher. He's not a ground ball pitcher.
I spent so many days just thinking in my head, this guy is so fucking washed, and this is the guy they're hyped about.
Oh my God. If I had Dallas Keuchel, I would not be talking like this right now. I'd be literally praying on my knees that Dallas Keuchel even made it through 5. But no, Corey Kluber, 2-time Cy Young Award winner. He's dealt with some injuries, and it's the Eric Cressy. And that's the thing I have to give it to him. Eric Cressy, you have been a godsend to us. You gave us Kluber. Judge has been healthy. Stanton has been healthy. Shit, Hicks has been healthy, and actually lately has been turning it around. He had 3 big hits today.
Okay.
He had 3 big hits over the series. Like, This guy, even like please don't get me wrong. I don't want him as a 3-hole hitter. Please, to God.
There's no reason.
I don't need him as a 3-hole hitter.
You want Stanton to stay at that 2 for the rest of that year?
Stanton and Judge stay at 2 and 3 because, as I realized as well, they've been wanting that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. Like Cashman and Boone, what are you guys doing? These guys both wanted to bat 1 and 2, and you kept switching them. For what reason? There was no reason to do that. And then now you see these guys. Stanton is better as a 2. Judge is better as a 3. They like it. You know, if they enjoy it, if they like it, they're hitting well, keep them there.
You need one of them to hit well.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter. Like, it's gonna be a big problem if both of them are hot at the same time.
They're the same hitter. Just let them keep hitting. Just let them hit. Just let them hit.
All right. One player that I'm super happy with. I want to give it to 2 players, but I'm going to lean into one. The Ilars. Pilar and VR.
Lars.
with JD Davis, Luis Guillorme, and Brandon Nimmo all going down, I was saying, here we fucking go. But Kevin Pilar is an outstanding center fielder.
Dude,
he is so good out there, and it's fucking crazy to see. Brandon Nimmo's had a great start. Brandon Nimmo was leading the league in average, leading the league in on-base percentage. He got hurt, and he went into the slump, and he's on the injured list, and he's due to come back next week. But I don't know if I want that man to start over Kevin Pilar right now. Kevin Pilar coming with clutch hit after clutch hit, diving in the outfield, looking fantastic. Kevin Pilar, you're a great player. And my big point on Kevin Pilar, a lot of people are like, a lot of fucking haters on the Twitter, a little bit from you. Oh, man, the Mets couldn't get George Springer. Oh my God, the Mets couldn't get George Springer. They're like, oh, they got Kevin Pilar when they could have had Springer? Springer's been hurt all fucking year. Kevin Pilar is here. He's faster. He doesn't have as good of a bat. Does not have as good as a bat. Never has. But for the past 2 weeks, he's been fucking hitting. Clutch hits. Home runs. From the first couple at-bats he made, because he's been an everyday guy. Him and VR have been everyday guys their entire career, and they've been downgraded to bench players, and I think it fucked with their egos. They weren't able to come out, and you let both those players get into a groove, they're everyday major league players, and they're continuing to prove it. Kevin Pilar, I think you need to be the everyday center fielder until you lose the spot. You proved you could do it. It was Brandon Nimmo's spot, but I don't know if I want him out there.
Yeah. No, honestly, with Pilar, I'll eat those words. I said it. I said they should have got George Springer. I thought George Springer's bat plays a lot more than Kevin Pilar's bat does. 162 games out of the season, you know. That's going to happen. But at the end of the day, up the middle defense, Pilar is an outstanding center fielder. Yes. Pilar is he's a top 5 center fielder. He makes great plays. He can close on a ball quick, and I'd really say outside of Kiermaier, he would always give us fits. Yeah. Seeing him in Toronto, I was like, God damn it! Anything hit to him, it was caught. It was caught. Just like Kiermaier, you know, and you live with the bat not being always there. But even if he hits 250, you live with that. Yeah. Like, you live with that for the runs he saves. Because he could save up to 50 runs a year.
Yeah, he's making those plays. And it's so nice to see. I praise Brandon Nimmo. He did a great job. But this man is on a whole nother level of outfielder. And just coming out, since Juan Lagares 2014, he won the Gold Glove out there. But he was batting fucking 195 doing it. And there was points in 2016 where Yoenis Cespedes was playing center field. He's just playing so fucking well. Kevin Pilar, I would give you the goat of the week, but I got something else going. But you're outside of that player. You were the standout player for me, and I want you as an everyday center fielder.
You know what? Winning standout player is almost equally as good as winning goat of the week, because it's like you did what you had to do. And honestly, I feel as a center fielder, defensively, if you're good, you're gonna grade out better. Yeah. It's just like watching Victor Robles this weekend. It was like, this dude can't hit for shit, but defensively he saves you a lot, and he keeps you. I'd rather you keep me in games than put me over the top at the end of the day. Because keeping me in games is going to help me win more over 162 than it would be putting me over the top.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, congratulations to Stan, to Kluber. I don't even know if Kluber was... Stan was... We just had his own segment in the beginning, but...
Yeah.
Kluber, Pilar, you guys are stand-up players. Who's one guy in the Yankees who's fucking killing you right now?
It was Stan.
No, killing you. Like pissing you off.
Killing me?
Say it. Say it!
Judge. It's Judge, man.
You stunk this week, Aaron Judge. You fucking stunk.
You didn't do anything. A lot of stuff got mashed by Stanton being ahead of you. You know, so it's like this guy's getting big hits in front of you, and then you're coming up and getting outs. But like, 1 for 25 with 14 Ks is not gonna cut it. That's gonna hurt us. But also, at the end of the day, like John Sterling says, that's baseball, Susan.
Yeah.
You know, the week before, he had a great week.
Yeah. You were loving that man.
I was loving every part of that man. I loved every inch of that man. And now it's just like...
His long bat. Every piece of it.
Yeah. It's just like missing that bat, striking out. But at the end of the day, you kind of look at the back of the baseball card and you know this guy... When he gets hot, he could turn it in a corner. Like, he could turn it in a second. So, you kind of trust the end of the baseball card, but at the same time, it's like, please don't keep doing this. Yeah. I'll accept this for this week. I'll give it, like, you didn't have a great week, but let's try to reverse it.
Yeah, he's going to snap out of it.
I think he got a base hit today. His first base, or he might have got a walk. No, he walked in his first. He was 0 for 10 in pinch hit appearances.
Yeah.
Going into today, he walked. I would take that. I'll take that. You know, you didn't get an out. You walked. You were productive. Let's try to build on that. Let's go into Tampa. I know Tampa's been a house of horrors for the Yankees for years. We hate that AstroTurf. We can't play on it. Maybe Aaron Judge does good. I'm not banking on much.
Nah. All right. Aaron Judge, in my book, you fucking stink overall. I don't give a shit. And I'm going to leave it at that. But for the player that's been killing me for the Mets, it was about to be for back-to-back weeks Francisco Lindor. But the man pulled out of it, multi-hit games, and you're doing great. But in a 5-game winning streak, it's hard for me to hate any one player. It could be Peterson. It could be Joey Lucchesi, but he bounced back. I'm going to go outside of the Mets, and I'm going to say the person who's been killing me, I'm going to say he's killing you too, and he's killing every fan across America and Canada and Mexico and the world, are the umpires. I want to jump right into that segment.
Yeah.
What? They have been awful. Angel Hernandez, you're the fucking worst.
Thank you.
You're the fucking worst.
I wanted to bring this up. How do after what was it, Friday?
Yeah.
After Friday's fiasco, do you let Angel Hernandez continue to have a job? This man called an out on a ball that hit the ground, and then because he said out, they gave Benintendi third.
Ridiculous.
How do you let that happen?
It's just so awful. And he made 2 bad calls that game.
I'm fucking sick.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman home run.
I had him on fantasy too.
Yeah. You know that was going to happen as soon as you started telling me he had a bad season.
Yeah. I should have known. But still, on the umpires. Back
to the umpires. There was 2 calls in Saturday's game. One against Jerry Familia. He struck someone out down the middle. The man started walking away back to his dugout. And then he realized the umpire didn't call a strike. He didn't punch him out. Everyone in the park knew it was strike 3.
Yo, he walked back. If I'm the batter, I'm not even taking. I'm taking the strikeout. I'm be like, yo, I knew that was a K. Like, I knew that was a strikeout. That's like, I'm walking back already.
That was some horrendous calling. And then the following inning, Trevor May comes in, throws a pitch right down the pipe. James McCann didn't move. He didn't move his glove. He didn't try to frame anything because it was right down the middle. No call. Everyone stopped, just kind of looked at him. I've never seen James McCann or the opposing catcher have a smoke show on the TV. So no, not Freeman. You just missed it.
I'm sick.
It's just been horrendous. At the start of the game, Keith, Gary, they were just talking about a lot of players have been kind of like a lot of pitchers, a lot of batters have been complaining, and they didn't understand why. But at the end of Saturday night, they understood why. It was just atrocious calling, and it's been happening all around baseball, and it's something that needs to be changed. I'm a pro union guy. I'm a pro make your motherfucking money guy.
Yeah.
But the umpire union is the worst thing around. There are men who should be fired. Hernandez sued baseball.
Angel Hernandez
but
should not
he
have a
fucking
job.
stinks. That's why you're not calling World Series games, because they don't want to lose their jobs. Umpires are afraid to lose their jobs. It's about to be 100% robots within the next 5 years.
And I hate to call for people's jobs, but Angel Hernandez, you gotta go, man. Like, literally watching that sequence is just off. Like, it just explains how awful Angel Hernandez is. To watch a ball go into the gap, you're the line umpire. You gotta make that call. You see the ball hit the ground, and you call an out. So the runner on second, he now has to freeze. They throw it to second because the ball's a live ball, and they tag Benintendi out. But no, wait. Now you got to reverse the call, and you got to tell the other manager, yeah, I fucked up. I called out when the ball actually hit the fucking ground. I could have seen that from, the catcher saw that shit.
Dude,
how do you just not make simple calls? It's not like we're asking you to make tough balls and strike calls. Like, I get if the pitch is on the black and you call it a strike, but it looks like a ball. Like, I get that. Like, that's human error. Like, human error is going to happen with balls and strikes. But to call a ball that was literally dropped in between two people, you see it hit the ground, you have to see the ricochet, and you still calling out. It's awful umpiring. I've seen better in my Sunday league. Like,
it's really good. I know Major League Baseball right now is pro offense. They want people watching the game. They want to see dingers. They want to see batters have the most opportunity to get a power hit. But it's not even like the umpires are calling. They're calling awful both ways. Offense and against pitching. It's just awful calls. You know, like if they were favoring towards the hitting team, the people at bat, I'd be like, this is just a fucking game now. But it's just awful.
Yeah. But honestly, that leads me and us into our next segue, which is Rob Manfred is killing this game.
You fucking stink, Rob Manfred.
The extra inning rule, the deflated balls. I want to know, and Jared, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
How have there been 4 no-hitters in the matter of a month?
No idea.
How? I have never seen that in my, we've both been alive for 27 to 25 years, bro. I've never seen a no-hitter 4 times in a month.
It's outrageous.
The deflated balls, the decorked balls.
Do you think we just got so used to those juiced baseballs?
I think the hitters, because honestly, hitters got so used to it. That's why launch angle came to effect. Yeah. That's why exit velo came to effect. Because if you hit the ball at a certain angle and you hit it hard enough, it was going. But now that ball is flying out to the wall. Look at John Means' no-hitter. Kyle Lewis hit the shit out of that ball. Yeah. Kyle Lewis ripped that ball and it went to the warning track.
Yeah. I don't know how many. I think Pete Alonso's probably hit 7 balls have been caught on the fucking warning track. he should be on pace to break his own record. But that's happening to everyone. There's no excuse. There's a bunch of guys who already hit 10, 11 home runs. So there's no fucking excuse. But it's just ridiculous. And how do you feel about the double header 7 innings?
I don't mind it, but count it as a full game.
Yeah. Okay.
Madison Bumgarner should have a no-hitter.
Yeah.
He
was absolutely on.
He pitched the amount of innings he could have.
Yeah.
You know, if Mad Bum had 9, I could imagine, you know, his pitch count was up there. Yes, he was at 95. He might have still kept, they could have kept him in.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like he went the mandatory they needed to.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because at the end of the day, it's like, let's not try to kill our pitchers, like going 18 innings, you know, and all, like, you know, let's try to condense it down to 14. Yeah. You save 4 more innings from your bullpen, and when you're paying 162, like, I get it.
Yeah.
You don't want to play every day, and like I've played double headers. I know how long it feels. It's a long time. Yeah. Seven innings is like that's a long time when you're playing you're playing another game right after.
Realistically, that's 9 hours on the field.
Exactly.
That's a long fucking time.
That's a long time, man. Like, your body, like, you can't keep the adrenaline in your body that long enough.
Yeah.
So it's like
you gotta be fair. I think Madison Bumgarner should. I think they should. I forgot who said on the radio, but they said have it saying shutout and then just put a 7 in parentheses.
You know what?
It should go on his personal stat sheet as a shutout.
There's a big there's a big little symbol you could put there, and you might want to put it next to the Astros World Series.
Yeah.
It's called an asterisk.
Jesus Christ! Who got fucking suspended recently for some bullshit for 4 games? Someone got suspended for 4 games for barking. For fucking barking, and that's more than anyone on the Astros team got suspended for.
Bro, Castellanos got suspended more than any Astros team.
Yeah.
Bro, and just for literally being like,
yes.
Like literally hitting an and one over somebody. Like, I've seen NBA, like, come on.
Because that's what people want to fucking see.
Yeah.
They want to see emotion. They want to see you get hyped.
He stole home after getting hit. Like, yeah, I would be hyped too. Like, yo, fuck you. You hit me. I took this play from you.
Scoring.
Fuck you. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking flex over you. But you know what? That little sign, that could change so much.
Yeah.
MLB, use it. Please use it. I'm not asking for much. It's an asterisk. You know what? Great. Madison Bumgarner pitched 7. He has a no-hitter. Put an asterisk next to it. The record books will show that.
Yeah.
You know what? All right, he had a no-hitter. It's 7 innings.
Yeah.
Let the people decide what they want to take with that info.
Yeah, because if these 7, like, this is now 2 years in a row, we're playing at 462, and it seems like these rules are fucking here to stay.
Yeah.
So for now on, no one who goes 7 scoreless, 7 no-hit innings is going to get that credit. It's fucking bullshit.
It's bullshit. It is, because like you said, you know, now we're gonna have this continue on, and it's like anybody that goes 7 innings no hit, it's like, oh, it doesn't count. But it's like, what did you want me? What did you really want me to do? Yeah. Did you want me to pitch the next 2 innings on the next game, like, and then throw no shot? Like, does that count? Like, no. Like, this is what I got allowed. That's it. I can't pitch anymore.
I think Bumgarner's a sicko. I think he could have gone 14.
Yeah, of course he could.
He's one of those old school guys who can go 14.
If Bumgarner has a no-hitter, bro, he could have pitched 130.
He's a fucking lumberjack, country strong motherfucker. Yeah,
he's a fucking sick fuck.
Dude, but you got to clean it up. You got to clean it up. Call things the right way. Don't suspend people for flexing and not suspend people for openly cheating. Rob Manfred, you grow the fuck up or get the fuck out and let the kids fucking play baseball. Just fucking play baseball.
Just play baseball. Let the kids play.
All right.
Like you brought that promotion in. Use it. Let the kids play, man. Let the kids have fun. Just play baseball. I even texted Jared too. I was like, this extra inning rule makes me hate baseball so much because I'm like, I'm not even watching baseball. Like, you get to the 10th inning, I'm like, I don't even care who wins at this point because it's so even. And like I told you, it doesn't give the home field an advantage.
No.
Because last year they were 30-30. This year, I think they're 24-27 for home field teams. There's no advantage there.
Yeah, you could hit 2 deep fly balls, not have a single hit, and your team can win the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Something's got to change. We'll finish this 162. Hopefully, the winter meetings next year they figure it out.
I mean, they have a new CBA, so hopefully we don't go into a strike and we could figure something out that is profitable for the game. And that's where this offseason will be fun. But right now, we are immersed in the regular season. We are both over. Are you guys over 500?
Yeah, we're 3 games over 500. We're in first place.
All right. We are both over 500. The Yankees were right on the Red Sox next. You know, we are right there. I'm about to tweet out a picture later. Jose, that's for you. We are coming up upon you. We're not far.
When's that? Is that happening in May?
June.
Okay. All right.
June. Yankees, Red Sox, first game, June, I think 3rd or 4th. That's where the season begins. You know, that's where it's like, even if we're a game and a half behind, hey, we're right there. You know what? The Red Sox don't have much this season. They were kind of relying on some pitching in the beginning of the season that has not been there right now, and I could have told you that from the start of the season. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Right now they're number 1, but they got the targets on their back. Yeah. And I do think the Yankees are coming. The Yankees are playing well.
No one in this American League is running away with it.
Right.
At the end of the day.
No. And it seems like no one wants to run away with it in the NL East.
The Dodgers have been slumping.
Good. Fuck Trevor Bauer. I could say that once an episode.
Fuck you, Trevor Bauer.
All right, let's pick it back up. Can I give my go to the week?
Yes, go for it.
Go to my week, once again, is another fucking collective. It's the New York Mets bullpen. Who would ever think in the last 2 years that they would be anything good? But they are my go to the week. Let me run out some numbers. Jarius Familia, I've talked shit about you. I've been talking so much shit about Jarius Familia, I haven't realized how good he's been pitching. He's been getting hit hard, but he has not been giving up runs. Jarius Familia's ERA right now is 0.93. How? I have no fucking idea. Keep doing what you're doing. Trevor May, I think it was our 2nd episode ever. I spent the day ripping you the fuck apart. I think it was my first Crosstown Conflict post on Instagram. Me just talking shit about Trevor May. Trevor May is the proud owner of a 1.46 ERA. Loop, you gave up a fucking hit and you literally lost the game for us opening day. You're a proud owner of a 1.04 ERA. Tommy Hunter, he was in the minors. He looked like he was going to be stuck there. They called him up. He's pitched 4 innings the last 2 days, 0 hits allowed. Fucking Castro, he was the first opener in Mets history. You did well. 2.70 ERA. Edwin Diaz, I could still do without you, but you got to save today. 5 saves on the season. You're okay for now. It looked like a Mets moment that they almost lost the game.
Yeah.
It looked like he had 2 outs. He had 2 strikes on a guy. He pops it up. It falls between Diaz, McCann, and VR at third. Just drops. Like, it looked like no one made a fucking attempt on it. It looked like the Bad News Bears, and I'm like, Jesus, here we go. But he strikes out the next man. The Mets win 4-2. So you're not on my shit list right now, Edwin Diaz. But the Mets bullpen is a collective. I'll even throw Joey Lucchesi in there. You were a fucking shit starter, but you threw 4 one-run innings.
Out of the bullpen?
Yeah, out of the bullpen.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like, they did an opener start, which I'm afraid of because I don't want these guys getting burnt out. It looks like our starters are a little shaky. The bullpen is surprisingly the strength of this fucking team. But
that fades quickly.
But I'm afraid of the opener. I don't want to get too used to that. But Carrasco is a little behind schedule, but he's coming. Noah Syndergaard's coming. Seth Lugo's coming to add one more arm into that bullpen. And he's going to look fucking great.
Can we talk about that, though?
What?
Carrasco.
Yeah.
He's getting pushed back, and it's like... Yeah. That's why, like, the term comes from. That's as Metsy as it gets you. It's like... Yeah. That is as Metsy as it gets you. It's like, all of a sudden, it's like... Carrasco's on pace. He's coming back. Now he's on a 60-day IL, and it's like...
Yeah,
You keep pushing him back.
Yeah.
At every time where you keep talking about how this guy's ready, and it makes it sound like he's a week away, and then you push it back 2 weeks. So it's like you go 1 week forward, 2 weeks back, and it's like, can we get a time frame on him?
Something
because at the end of the
realistic.
day, it's like with the Mets, that hasn't been something that's changed.
No.
A pitching prospect comes over, and then they're fucking injured.
Yeah.
Like that hasn't been anything that's changed. So until you change that narrative, it's gonna always be there.
Yeah. But it won't be as bad as the Jed Lowry situation.
I mean, Jed Lowry went back to Oakland and started hitting, so I think he just fleeced you guys for the money.
That man was in rehab for 2 years. He got paid $20 million to take less than 10 at bats with the Mets. But
I mean,
you're doing well. You're not on my team anymore. The Brody Van Wagenen era is fucking over. Hopefully something turns up. Hopefully we never see Cano again. But I'm not worried about those fucking guys.
Yeah, no.
Mets, go to the week. Who's your go to the week, Justin?
My go to the week has got to go to Stan. 12-game hitting streak. He had 4 games with 3 hits. One of them, he had 4 hits. This guy was the Yankee offense this week. And without him, I don't think we win half the games we did. And it just goes back to what I've said, where when this guy is on, he is unconscionable.
Yeah.
Like, people love to glance over that 2018 run he had when he was injured.
Yeah.
And he literally made Judge going away look like nothing. Like, this guy kept us in there. We won 103 games that year.
Yo, Giancarlo Stanton, low key, has not had a bad season with the Yankees.
Ever. He might not have came up in big situations that Yankee fans want him to, because I understand that Yankee fans, we don't care about we don't care what you do yearly wise. All we care about is if you win or lose.
Yeah.
Yankee fans buy tickets to go to the game to watch the Yankees win. We don't go to the game to watch this person do great, but we lose. We go to the game to watch the Yankees win. And if you're not doing that, I get why it's hard to always be that guy to come up with the big hit in New York. But you know what? Giancarlo Stanton, the last week and a half, that's all you did. Literally for games on end, you hit big home runs. You hit RBI doubles, RBI singles to keep us in the game or win us the game. So at the end of the day, you are the go to the week. Yankee fans, please stop booing this man. Please stop treating this man like he's Francisco Lindor. He is not. He is the real deal.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this guy, he's gonna hit 280.
Wait, Francisco's he's the real deal.
No, he is.
Okay.
I've said it before. I'm eating my.
Strike that from the record. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
But stop
But
treating him like he's overpaid.
Yeah.
Man's making 22 mil a year. If you would love to pay anybody, we would pay DJ LeMahieu 22 mil a year to have a 12-game hitting streak. Stop acting like Stan's not doing the same thing.
Like even with his massive contract, he's quietly outside of DJ LeMahieu been the best hitter on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Since he's come up.
He's outshadowed DJ LeMahieu this year. DJ LeMahieu has underperformed this year, to be honest.
And it's crazy. He's underperforming, but he's still batting 280.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's such a quality player.
He is. He's an all-around player, but at the end of the day, go to the week. Giancarlo Stanton, without you, I don't think we go on this run that we're having right now. And Yankee fans have to appreciate that. Yeah. And if you don't, you're not a fan. Just saying.
Sorry, Yankee fans. All right,
well, fucks.
Why don't you transition into your trash? Who's your trash of the week for you?
Trash of the week.
You don't have to say Judge if you don't want to.
It's Judge. It's Judge. I can't. 14 strikeouts. It's none of his at bats look pretty. He had some at bats where it's like, all right, maybe he turns the corner here, and then the next 3 he strikes out, and it's like, come on, man. It's like, I get it. These peaks and lows are gonna happen.
But this is super low.
No, this is an Aaron Judge low. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you try to eat it. You try to move on from it. And I hope to God, please, Aaron Judge, don't make me put you back here again.
Bro, if if you think this continues into next week, you think the Boo Birds start flying? This historically bad week continues for another week. This is getting...
It honestly, he's got the Jeter effect, where the Boo Birds will fly depending on how the team's doing. If the team is not doing well and he's striking out and being at this pace, yes.
Okay.
I can see it. But if Stanton's still doing what Stanton does, LeMahieu's still doing what LeMahieu does, people aren't going to look at Judge and be like, oh, well, he did this. You know, it's a note. Yes, it's a note, and it's still being brought up. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're still winning.
As long as the W is there, no one's going to give a shit.
And exactly, that's, it's just like Paul O'Neill said, Yankee fans don't come out to watch the Yankees. Yankee fans come out to watch wins.
Yep.
We don't care about, who gets us the win. It could be Higashioka. It could be Brett Gardner. It could be Clint Frazier. It could be Aaron Judge. It could be Stanton. As long as we're getting the win, we almost don't care, but we keep notes, This week has been awful for Judge, and you really hope he doesn't have another week like this again. And it's just like John Sterling said, that's baseball, Susan.
That's baseball. That's baseball.
You go through slumps. There's peaks, there's valleys, and you hope next week maybe he goes through another peak where it's like he goes 10 for 18 with 3 home runs, like 10 RBIs, and all of a sudden he's winning right field of the week again.
Yeah, we'll see.
But that brings us to the next award, which is right field of the week, and I'll say it myself. I texted Jared. It's Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto is looking like his glove is golden.
You should put the money on a Gold Glove than MVP.
Oh, I should have. Absolutely. That man is playing nowhere near MVP level right now.
Nah.
Gold Glove, yes, but he had an okay week at bat. But he hasn't been getting hits, but when he does get hits, they turn into RBIs. They turn into home runs. He's walked like 9 times in the past 4 games.
Yeah.
So he's getting on base, and he's been scoring runs. And he's had 2 diving plays falling into the fence, crashing in, coming up with the ball. Michael Conforto, you're the GOAT of the week. It's by default, just because Aaron Judge played so fucking poorly, and you had a couple hits and a couple plays in the outfield. But keep doing this. We don't want to see you slumping. We're glad you're walking, but we need some fucking hits. Yeah. All right. You got any closing statements, Justin?
That's pretty much it. Yankees win another series. You've won your last 3 series. That's all you can ask for. You can't win. You're not going to sweep everything. You take 2 out of 3 from Houston. You take 2 out of 3 from Nationals. You walk off, and I think that was one of the bigger things from this week that we could take away from is we took Max Scherzer into the 8th.
Yeah.
Dude dominated us, and we still managed to squeeze out a win.
That was a huge win.
You know what? If we could do that in the playoffs, if we could show that kind of resilience in the playoffs, this team has a chance. We had Corey Kluber versus Max Scherzer. We went up toe-to-toe, and we won the game. You got to take that as a bonus win. And you take another one today that you shouldn't have won. Joe Ross shouldn't have looked that good. He did.
He's had a few good starts in a row.
Exactly. He's had a decent year this year.
Yeah.
And you steal one again. So if you can keep doing this, you can keep having great pitching. That's all you can ask for as a Yankee fan. The offense, it might not be the offense of 2017 where we're gonna mash everybody, but you know what? When we were mashing everybody, guess what everybody was complaining about? Our fucking pitching. So now our pitching is solid. We're not mashing everybody, but we're getting timely hits. So that's all I gotta say is if our pitching stays on, the hitting's gonna come.
All right, you love to hear that though. Well, one thing I'm excited for this week is the Orioles come in for 2 games, and we get to see Matt Harvey at Citi Field for the first time in about 4 years. He's had the short end of the stick with the Angels fucking sucked with them. I don't even know who he was with last year, and he sucked with them. And he got the chance with the Orioles because they were so depleted at the pitching. They brought him to spring training. He pitched okay. And somehow he's got a 3-1 record, low 4 ERA, which is going to get the job done as a 4 or 5 in the major leagues. And I'm really excited. Matt Harvey, I'm sorry. I talked a lot of shit about you. You're on my list of people to come to my funeral so you could let me down one more time.
I'm dead.
He's on that list, but you're playing great baseball. I hope all 8,000 people at Citi Field give you a standing ovation because 2015 you're supposed to get shut down. You have the most innings pitched for anyone ever coming off of Tommy John surgery because we had a chance. And he pitched well. One of the best games I've ever seen. I hope the boys in blue and orange give you a fucking round of applause when you get there. But I hope you fucking choke and burn. And we continue this hot streak, baby. Mets win 5 straight. Let's keep the train rolling, baby. And I think that's Crosstown Conflict.
That's another week. Crosstown Conflict. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Mets. Let's have another great week, boys.
Let's see you next week, baby.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Peace out.